This is what I said to Torre, because Torre told me the same thing when I was talking to him, and he tried to say he's a sociopath. But I said, you don't think that he can change? You don't think that him sitting down, seeing his business go out there, seeing this happen, that he could want to change and want better for himself?
Sociopathy is a personality disorder.
And that's what he told me. But I said, I don't necessarily
We got
agree.
too much of that going on, too.
Psychology.
Enough of y'all, yo. Wait. Enough now.
But he said that to me.
Like, when the fuck do y'all get enough? Y'all are not, y'all on WebMD going nuts now. Y'all can't just keep diagnosing people with what the fuck you think they got. You don't know these people. We're using really big words.
Psychology.
They don't even know what they mean.
No, they know what they mean because they read it up. But psychology, everybody's
So
a
you don't think a
psychologist.
sociopath?
I don't think Torre is credible enough to call Puff a socio nothing, nigga. Sit down for a minute.
We do it.
Go gather yourself. Oh. Sorry, y'all.
I asked the same question.
No, we do. Like,
I think you can. I think if
the narcissist term, the misogynist term, the incel. All we are in a society where these psychological terms niggas went to 101.
Because let me ask you,
deflection.
Who's to say that he hasn't done the work?
His lawyer said that he did. His lawyer said that he was doing the work before he went in. He was doing some of the work, going to some of the programs when he knew that when we told him that the feds were coming, he aligned himself with different programs. His lawyer said that.
But I'm just saying, nobody knows.
He might have did it before the feds were coming.
In his apology video, he said that he in therapy and getting some help, doing yada yada yada, and he may have done it even before that. But all we know is that a really, really, really horrible domestic violence video came out that is dated 2016. That's it.
I understand what you're saying.
That we know.
That we
with absolute certainty.
Yeah. That's it. Anything else is hearsay. We don't know for sure. We saw that.
I don't stand in that people can't change. That's not my.
I'm with you. I agree. And I said that same thing.
Ministry.
I said I think he could
that's
change.
That's not where I come from, and I think it's too easy today to
write somebody off completely.
To make somebody a villain, even if they're villainess.
Well, social media is the pitchfork mob.
They don't allow growth on social media. You are who at your lowest, that's who you forever are.
I agree with Joe. I feel like we try to use these big words to sort of to mask the fact that we are human beings and people go through things and they would do the work to change.
It's also a deflection of accountability. Like
I feel like I feel like by sitting down, you become sober. You become like, I don't want to be back here. I don't want my business to be back in. I feel like all of that
could be rock bottom.
I feel like all of that plays a part. I don't know what sociopath means. So when he said it to me, I didn't. He just said it's a mind thing. You're a sociopath. I don't think that this would have changed him. He's gonna go out and do the same thing. This is what he told me, and I don't agree.
It's basically somebody who knows the difference between right and wrong and doesn't give a fuck. They lack empathy and
they have no conscience. Like
so then you don't give. Except you would only give a fuck about your family. Because you can't say you don't give a fuck if you have children that you love. So that sort of contradicts each other.
Well, no, not exactly. It's like knowing the difference between right and wrong and not caring about that. Not having empathy, like, for causing somebody pain. Like, that's essentially bare bones explanation. Yeah.
See, I don't even think that normal people should be given it. If you're not credited and...
You ain't do some
because you can't just call somebody something. You got to speak to them. You got to get information. You can't just keep watching somebody on the internet and say, you're a sociopath. They call me a sociopath for how I acted on Love and Hip Hop. Like, enough now.
That's facts. Yeah.
We can't just keep doing that, is all I'm saying.
I agree. You're not one.
Yeah. I mean, shit, they could be right. I don't know. But, I don't. A doctor, I done sat in front of a lot of doctors, and nobody ever used that
because
word
then you
me.
know what you know. I think if you do, you know right from wrong, and we see you sometimes say, "Yo, that's wrong. I was wrong." I mean, sometimes in the moment but then you can realize that that was wrong. So you
and hopefully when he comes home, he'll continue to do the work that needs to be done. That's the thing about work; it's never done. It's never done. So hopefully he'll continue to do the work. Real proud and happy day for his family.
I'm sure his sons are
his kids
generally,
daughters, his mom, and Puff supporters. There are many of them. So real happy day for them. maybe not the happiest day for anyone who this case has triggered.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right? Because there are abuse victims out there that had to read shit, see shit, hear shit, be brought back to things. So, and some people feel like the verdict in this is somewhat a reminder of why abuse victims don't come forward, don't try to pursue legal action with their...
I think that's unfair, yo. Like, I was talking to my mom about that, man. Like, she was yelling at, what's the lady's name, his lawyer, the black lady. My mom was arguing with her or yelling at her saying that she doesn't sympathize with victims. And I told my mom, I think that's wrong. I think that to loop up all victims in a situation like that is wrong. And I feel like people that do that are doing a disservice to victims.
I agree.
It's a disservice. Like, that lady was doing her job. I don't think that she doesn't sympathize with victims, but she's doing a job. And to put that on her is wrong, number one. Number two, all victims don't share the same story. So we cannot loop up, I'm a victim, and
every crime not the same.
Exactly.
And I think the charges in general were a disservice to victims because they weren't charging him with the thing that the whole world looked at. They were charging him with a whole bunch of other shit that was irrelevant to the domestic abuse.
They're trying to prey on them. Yeah.
Exactly, Parks.